Hi you guys. I just wanted to do a fairly quick video here. For those of you that didn't watch my live stream on the 20th, I did jelly printing, and I had said that I was going to scan some of those prints and make them available for you guys to download in case you wanted to use them for some of your projects. Now these, I went through and I picked out the ones that I thought were the best, and these are them here in this pile. So I've got a stack of them. These are from a previous session that I did that I'm going to also include that I think that you guys would also like. So I picked out this one, which was done with the larger bubble wrap, and this is the one that has the images of the birds back behind it. This one with the butterflies, and this one is very metallic-y, so that metallic won't come through on the copy, but you can always spray some glitter mist or some metallic, homemade metallic paint mist on top of it to get that if you'd like. But I still think that it will be very pretty to print this off on your printers and use it for something. This one isn't that spectacular, but I thought that this would be really cute to do like a circle punch to punch out these butterflies, or to just simply use it as a background on something. And this one again is really metallic, but I think that the colors will still come out really good on a print, and then you can always even just put a light coat of some metallic white paint watered down or something if you want to bring out some metallic on the butterflies. This one I thought was good with the birds. There's no metallic on this one, but this is one of my favorites. And of course the flag. And the hearts. Okay. So those are the ones that I'm going to scan and make available. I will put all of the links below this video so you can print, save and then print them off yourself, download them to your computer, and then print them off yourself, whichever ones you would like. And then these are some that I did previously that I just pulled out of my stack that I will scan and make a link available for you to download. These are butterflies, and I just think that it's a pretty print. This is probably my all-time favorite print, and I have made copies of this. I've shrunk it down and used this as ATC backgrounds. I just think that this is a beautiful print, so I'm going to include that one. I've done the same with this one. I've already scanned this into my computer, and I've shrunk this down and also used this as backgrounds on ATCs, and it's really cute when you shrink them down because the butterflies are really small. I've done the same with this one and used this as backgrounds on ATCs. I've shrunk it down, so you're still getting the full image, it's just tiny. Okay, so I will include all of the download links to these so that you can use any of these prints yourself. So the other thing that I have been doing, just because I am in love with this punch, is I have been making tons of these little embellishments, which I showed you guys. But I also made some of these, which I really like. They're all a little, I mean, I made a bunch of both kinds, but let me just show you a couple of these and tell you how I did it. So these are just sprayed book pages. So what I did is I just punched out a heart on different cardstocks. So this is just the cardstock, and then I punched them out. Like this is just a book page that I had sprayed mist, homemade mist on. And so I cut out a full page, you know, of whatever paper you want to use. This is one of the Gelli prints that I did the other day. And then you cut the heart in half. I'm sure you've seen videos of this. And then you just simply glue half of the heart on your full size cardstock heart. Okay, so that's all I did there. So you keep your cardstock heart, the full heart, and then you cut your paper heart in half. And then you would glue one half to one side, and then your other half to the other side, and then you've got two embellishments. Okay, and then what I did further is I had cut out some tiny words and I glued them and then outlined them and made these little word embellishments. So this one says breathe. And then on this one, what I did is I have these, I have to think of where I have these. That I have these word stickers, you know, that you cut out. They just come in sheets, and I make copies of them because I like to use these for backgrounds. So what I did is I just took my heart punch like this, and I just punched hearts out of it. Okay. So we have that, which are cute alone, but then I just cut this in half, and then I took my cardstock hearts and I glued one half on one side and the other half on the other side. Okay, and then I took a word from the same sheet, and this is a great way to save money. When you buy your word sheets and you bring them home, scan them into your computer, and that way whenever you want, now granted, if you want them to be sticky again, you're going to have to buy sticker paper, but it's just as easy to add glue to the back of them. And this is just done on regular copy paper, but you will save tons of money by just copying them, scanning them in, not even copying them, but if you have the ability to scan onto your computer, scan them in there, and then each time you need a sheet, you can just print them off, and that will save you tons of money. You won't have to go spend however much these cost to buy the sticker sheets. You can just print them off of your computer. Okay, granted, they're not exactly the same. You know, you don't get the pretty sticker sheets that you get when you buy them, but if you're trying to save a buck, this is a great way to do it. Okay, and then I glued them on and then outlined it. But see how cute those are? This one says Christ, this one says trust. Now these are all biblically based, but of course you can use any sticker words to do it. So let me show you. So I've got these ones I haven't opened yet, but these are tabs. These are more like tabs. These ones, you know, I haven't even opened it, but I'm gonna scan this into my computer. These ones I already have a sheet. I think I ordered 2 sheets of this, so I already have this scanned into my computer, and then this is an extra sheet. But see, like this is the Tim Holtz ideology, and so what I'm going to do is scan each one of these sections. And unfortunately, I had come up with the idea after I had already taken some of the words off of here, so I'm going to be missing some words, but you know, you live and learn, right? So I'm going to scan each one of these into my computer, and then each time I want a new sheet, all I have to do is print it off. Okay? So that's all I do. So that's how I made those. And whether you're using your own papers that you've made or you're using like this one, I just used some scrapbooking paper on that one. This one was scrapbooking paper, and then these ones were my own painted paper here. This was, or sprayed paper, and I did these ones with scrapbooking paper. So you can use whatever you're into. So this is a painted paper that I did with watercolors, and I wasn't really crazy with it overall to use as a background for anything. So I had punched out the cards that or the tags that I made for the veterans in my last video. I used all of those scraps to punch out all of these hearts. That's what these were too. This is the leftover paper from the tag part of that project, and so I used all of that to cut out those hearts. Okay, so I got all of that paper punched with these heart shapes. So I'm going to put those aside, and I got out my little heart punch, and I'm going to go in between the spaces of this. I'm going to turn this over so that I make sure that I get a full heart. I'm just going to try to use up as much of the scrap as I can. Grab the next one. Now if you do this right, you can actually keep your negative of this. That last one I kind of got on the edges and I didn't do it really even, but if you can keep it pretty even. See that one? I got a pretty full heart, but it wasn't evenly spaced. But if you can keep this evenly spaced and not rip anything, it's hard with these punches because it grabs your edges. You can keep this negative and use it in some of your projects. And even if it's not perfect, you can still use it. You can make really good borders. If you watched my stepping stone for Faith Art Unedited, see, like that. Let me show you. See what a cute border that makes. So I tend to save those because you can still, you know, like I said, use them for other art pieces. You just never know. I mean, I just never have things planned out, so I tend to just be really thrifty with this kind of stuff. And then, you know, when I go to clean things up, there might come a time where I'm like, okay, well, I'm just not going to use it, and I'll go ahead and toss some stuff out. But I think that I'll probably use this one. You know, sometimes I oversave, and I save stuff that I'm probably not going to use that. And I'll go ahead and get rid of it. See, like that one, how cute it is. Now I did cut here because I was going to cut 2 of those directly in half, and then I thought, no, I don't want to do that. I want to use it to punch my little hearts out. But this would make a really cute border piece as well. So hold on to them if you want to. You never know what you might be able to use them for. So I kind of laid out this one just to make sure that my heart was going to actually fit on the side there if you don't want to use tiny word type things. Now remember, this paper, this paper was done on a book page. So there, see, it's done on a book page. So you can see some words back there, which really isn't the point. But I just wanted to let you know that I did use book page paper, which is cheap. I mean, you can get your books at thrift store or the Dollar Tree. Or if you've read a book, you can always be done with that book and use it. It's funny because I used to paint on the cover of old books, you know, just for decoration. So I used to get a bunch of books at garage sales and, you know, like old books, and then paint the covers of them. And one day I was going through some stuff in my basement, some old boxes that I had that, you know, have just kind of followed me around from place to place. I was looking for photos after my mom had passed away, and I came across some of the old books that I had painted the covers, and I had some, you know, and they're kind of out of date kind of paintings, kind of cutesy kind of painting type things. And I thought, oh, I can use those books now to do this kind of art in. And so yeah, it's like I could be using these instead of buying books at the Dollar Tree. And I like the old antique books because I like that crispy kind of paper. You can further embellish this with some markers. You know, I could go around the heart. So I'm really just having fun with my new punch. I tend to do that when I get punches. You know, punches are pricey. They really are pricey, but I wish they weren't so expensive. But when I get a new one, I just love it. I need to get more of them because I really do love using it. It's something about punching paper. I love my Cricut, I do. But it's something about punching the paper, hand punching the paper with a punch. I just really enjoy that. And I really, really have a great time. I should put a piece of paper into this. I really have a great time making these little tiny embellishments. I like making little things. This time I'm going to put my glue on the actual heart because that one got a little bit mucky and dirty by putting it directly on the cardstock. I went a little bit out of bounds on it. So yeah, I'm really glad that this little tiny heart punch fits on here. And now, you know, I really like this paper like this, cut all, you know, punched out. I like it in a smaller form than what I liked it in the full sheet. It was just a little bit too busy for a background, because then whatever I put over the top of it would have just been washed out with that busy of a background on an ATC, or really anything that I put it out on. So whenever you've got something really busy like that, if you cut it up into something else for smaller project appliques or pieces like this, it really works so well when you have a busier background like that in smaller projects to use just pieces of that paper. And then you get these cute little projects out of something that you made that you typically didn't turn out for what the intended use was for. So don't toss it. Don't give up on it. You'll be able to find a use for it. So this one I kind of found a little heart that matches the paper, you know, a section of the paper that's on the side of the heart. So this one's a little bit coordinated, which looks kind of cool. So yeah, you know, I could honestly, I could sit and make things like this all day. It's just peaceful. It's peaceful in the house because the girls are separated. One's cleaning one room and the other's cleaning the other room, and sometimes they need that separation. They need to learn some independence from each other. So that's what they're doing right now. I kind of like coordinating them. I'm not a real big coordinator, but I think that looks really good. So that's about it, you guys. Just wanted to show you how I made these. I know that you've probably seen the half hearts because a lot of people have been making them, but this is just my little twist on them. And I wanted to share it with you, and I hope you all have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And as always, God bless. Bye-bye.